Ethereum is such an interesting situation going into the merge. We've seen a big rally off the June lows in Ethereum, even though we've pulled back a little bit. Percentage-wise, it's blowing Bitcoin out of the water in terms of gains off the lows. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the merge goes. And I think the biggest thing for me into the merge is, can it go smoothly? And for the whole Bitcoin crypto sector, I think this is a big test. A lot of people are sitting on the sidelines and saying, okay, this is the biggest thing we've had in crypto in a while. Can they pull it off without a hitch? If they do, I actually think that's a confidence builder for the crypto community. Yeah, so the Ethereum chart, it basically did what you would expect it to do in a bear market, which means that percentage-wise it fell more than Bitcoin, but generally it goes up in bull markets percentage-wise more than Bitcoin as well. So it kind of kept that thing going, which is what we saw. Now we did see again a low put in right around this, just sub 900 level, and it rallied all the way back to 2000. And you can see right here why it stopped right there on a dime. You have this sideways chop and this little pivot high, put a trend line in there. Price literally just tagged it, and then we saw a pullback. Now, again, as we creep into the merge, you're seeing some people buying, but I also think there's a lot of people that are just sitting on the sidelines because it is a risk, right? If things don't go well, you could see a dump in Ethereum's price. I'm in the belief that they've prolonged this kind of merge and kind of double check, triple check, quadruple checked, where I think it's going to go smoothly, and I think you might see a relief pop once it's kind of completed. So again, I think overall you can see support is right here. This is around the 1450 level. Resistance is around 2000. If the merge goes smoothly, I think it could pop maybe as high as the double top here back to 2000. This is the 200 moving average. That would be your resistance line. I ultimately think if Bitcoin's going down, and I think risk assets will see more selling, Ethereum probably will have another leg down to it and at least retest the lows around that 880, 900 level, maybe go lower. So I think, again, shorter term merge, if it goes smoothly, short term bullish. Once you get outside of that, then I would be very careful. I wouldn't be someone who would be buying on the completion of the merge, because I think then again, you might have a sell the news environment and a little bit of a pullback off of that term view. And I know you guys know I'm very bullish longer term on Bitcoin. On Ethereum, I actually am, with the merge, I'm bullish, very, very bullish on the longer term. I think this is exactly what the crypto market wants, is that this deflationary asset where it also has this massive use case that's being adopted more and more. And it kind of has like this double-edged sword now. It has like kind of a side of Bitcoin with a side of almost being a stock, if you will, that has this real use case and kind of network connected to it. And I think it actually has a chance longer term to rival Bitcoin's market cap. And it may take a long time for that, but I do think it has that potential power. I'm equally as bullish. I think Ethereum right now offers a little bit higher risk than Bitcoin. Like if someone said to me, you got to pick one and it's going to be a wild ride, what are you doing? I'm probably going with Bitcoin for safety purposes. But in terms of potential X's, how many times it can go up, I think if you're playing with money you can afford to lose, you go with Bitcoin, with Ethereum. Yeah, it's really interesting, right? I mean, it really is amazing to look at that. And I can bring up the chart here. It just doesn't have a ton of data on it. But basically, you can see you've come all the way back in here on the Bitcoin ETH chart, where you're actually testing this level of support here, or very, very close. So I could see it coming back into that level. On a technical basis, you would actually think that this chart would start to bounce, which I believe would indicate that Bitcoin might start to bounce a little bit more than ETH, which interestingly enough could mean that you might get, after an initial relief of the merge going smoothly, you might get some selling in Ethereum versus Bitcoin. So it is interesting to note, but I do think, again, that if you look out further, meaning years out, I do think that Ethereum does continue to grow at a faster clip than Bitcoin in terms of market cap. Number one, in crypto, nothing's a pipe dream, right? So I think it's smart to do those type of things. In fact, even layering, like putting one at like, that 880 level, then at 680, then at 480, and just doing like small positions, because I do think that depending on the regulation that comes down, what the rules are, initially it could spook. And if you have a light volume period in Ethereum, it could really see a big quick dip on algo selling and stuff like that. And I also think that you just never know in terms of the overall asset markets if something big happened. If China invaded Taiwan, for instance, risk assets immediately would freak out. And I think longer term, you're right. I mean, Ethereum is this juggernaut, so getting it in there would be just absolutely awesome. So I think that's a great play. Nothing wrong with that. Well, considering I'm a chart guy, I really implore people to just learn the basics of charts, learn what a double top is, what a double bottom. I really believe there were so many people caught on the wrong side when Bitcoin hit that high. Same thing with Ethereum. But the charts, if you had looked at the charts, understood the charts, there was a clear double top in it. And you could almost see the insanity of Bitcoin. Anytime you see incredible insanity in any asset, and I'm talking greed insanity or fear, that usually marks a pivot point. So you never want to be someone that's a chaser, right? You always want to be a leader. And so you buy when price is down and you sell when it's up. You never want to buy when price is already sky high, assuming it will go higher. Now, does that mean you sometimes miss some trades that go higher? Sure, it does. But again, preservation of capital is how real wealth is built. December 31st, I'm going to say it's going to be $1,000.
And what is it now? 1,500?
1633 I have.
Okay, guys, let's all come back. We're all going to stay subscribed.
Now, you say it just for fun, but now I know next interview when we're going to bring that up. Yeah, I think in 5 years you could be easily looking at a 20,000 handle on Ethereum. I think, again, the next couple years are going to be the tricky years for all of crypto, especially Ethereum, and trying to get people to kind of invest and get these rules under their belt. But once that happens, I really think once these regulations get into the system and people know them, you're going to start to see big money going after Bitcoin and Ethereum. And that's going to be the game changer for price. Price is going to go up fast at that point.